Well, if you thought KWODZAP was going away, guess again. You might not have heard of it a lot because it's not mainstream. That's because it's underground. What do I mean by that? Well, we don't play any top 40 hits on KWODZAP. And we never will. But we do play underground music. Now this book right here is all the top 40 hits of all time from 1955 through 2009. After that, who cares, right? Even after 2000, who cares? Because the music got so corporate. We're not going to play any of that because it just doesn't make sense to play music that has no soul. So anyway, we'll always play underground music, especially the music I write. But let me explain, just because we're underground doesn't mean KWODZAP is anti-pop, in the sense that, you know, pop has two definitions. It's whatever's popular, and that's the definition we pushed aside. The other definition is something melodic, really catchy, tuneful music. Now the Beatles had lots of melodic, catchy tunes that were also considered underground. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, they were all over, not just mainstream radio, but underground radio. So that's kind of what KWODZAP means when we say we're underground. We play good music. Okay, what's on the charts right now isn't necessarily good music because it's more like bought off music. It's music that is being pitched through corporate channels, and the main way to make it on the charts these days is if you're a banker's daughter and you happen to look really hot. Now, lots of money has to change hands in order for you to get the exposure in the you know, mainstream. So I don't really like that system, and I think it'll radically change someday, but for now, underground is where it's at. Underground internet, man. That's what KWODZAP is. Probably always will be. So I want to play a song for you in a minute that's kind of pop, and it doesn't conform to any pop formulas, though. It's more like just melodic music that should be on the charts. You know, it should be, but it's not. It's not part of that system, you know. Now this book that lists all the top 40 hits, believe it or not, it proves that top 40 is not legit. And the way it proves that is, think of Led Zeppelin. How many great songs did they have? Tons. Yet they only had one top 40 hit. I mean one top 10 hit. They had a few other top 40 hits, but only one of those ever made the top 10. Yet they've sold millions more records than Taylor Swift, who Dolly Parton once called Taylor Smith by accident on a talk show. That just shows you how faded pop has become. And how irrelevant it is, and how important on the flip side that underground is becoming. So I want to do my underground song that has a kind of a pop melody but is in no way a corporate formula. It's called Please Don't Walk Away. And it kind of has that heartbreak element to it, but keep in mind I wrote this long ago, back in the 80s, when, you know, I didn't know the difference between a relationship and well-being. I think that there's no reason to drown in sorrow. once you've learned about enlightenment, once you've learned to create your own entertainment, which is what I've done and which is what you should do if you're an underground believer. In the darkness, on that winding, lonesome road, I keep searching for an answer. Sometimes I think to myself, it's only a game that you play, telling me your love for someone else, and that's when I start to say, please don't walk away. In the fire of desire, I keep burning in my ghost town dreams. Sometimes I think to myself, it's only a game that you play, telling me your love for someone else, and that's when I start to say, please don't walk away. Please don't walk away. Please don't walk away. Please don't walk away, because I'm still in love with you. Yes, I'm still in love with you. Yes, I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love with you. In the silence of the moment, I decide to hide my love. Now